What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian Coffey, right out of Oklahoma City. Today we got Mike Torres, aka Athrs, on the show. What's up, man?
What up, what up?
And we got Sam McIntosh. What's going on, Sam?
That's a funny way to say my name. McIntosh, like you were mad at me or something.
Yeah, McIntosh. So, man, the band, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, fuck it, it doesn't matter.
All right. The band Athrs, a one-man band who just ironically was able to come on tonight kind of randomly. I didn't get to do a whole lot of research about you, so tell me where you're from, man.
Yeah, first off, thank you guys so much for having me. I am from Florida, grew up in Naples, and I live in LA now, so yeah.
How long have you had the name Athrs for? Is this something that's recently started, or have you been doing it a solo project for a while?
It's been around like 4 years now, maybe even 5. It's been a while.
So what I found interesting in watching part of your videos that we're going to air tonight is when you do a concert, is it just you, your guitar, and your DJ equipment?
Yes.
Dude, that is so rad. So what made you decide to kind of do a solo project and go this style with it?
So first and foremost, like I just love rock music. I've grown up on rock music, and then I just got really exposed to electronic music like as I was growing up and stuff. And I just kind of at the time nobody was doing any sort of like fusion of things, and I just wanted to do something that would blend everything that I love and just kind of have no rules. So it just there's just the concept, and just kind of I figured it out from there.
No, the truth is, what he decided a long time, he got tired of freaking attitudes from other band members. He's like, fuck this, I'm doing it my solo self.
Well, it is, I mean, not attitude per se, but it is like being in a band it's a family, and there's lots of issues and things that come up, you know, and I was just like, I can do this alone better and collaborate with everybody, but it doesn't necessarily have to be tied to, you know, 4 other lives.
And that, you know, and if you're able to do that and you have the what do you call it, the creativity to do it on your own, then you might as well. So are all the drums electronically produced then on your music?
For the most part, yeah. I use like Moto Drum and Perfect Drummer, things like that. But I have used live drums, and I've been talking to some drummers lately to just put more live drums in the mix. And I would love in the future to do shows with live drummers. So
when you do shows now, do you have any other performers that you hire to get on stage with you, or is it just you?
Just me.
So how many shows have you played solo? And first of all, before I say that, when you first started playing shows as a solo artist, was it a little bit nervous to go on by yourself on stage, knowing all eyes are just on you?
Yeah, definitely. A bunch of shows already for sure. And it's definitely weird. I mean, when I first started with this, I was using an APC 40, running everything through Ableton, and there's just like a lot of parts and pieces going on. So it's definitely a lot more involved mentally than when I was playing guitar or playing bass or something. So it's definitely a lot to process, but I love it. I mean, I wouldn't change it.
That's also, I do want to say that Sam, I think, is having technical difficulties. That's why he got off the camera real quick. In case you're wondering what the heck's going on. I did not piss him off and he left. It's just literally technical difficulties on his end.
You didn't want it in a bottle on camera, so.
yeah. So I'm assuming you were in a band or bands before you went solo.
Yeah, so I spent a lot of time in a band called Us Versus Them when I was younger. And we played like a whole bunch of shows around Florida and like regionally in the US, did like Warped Tour and things like that. And it was like an amazing, amazing time. But, you know, we just had different life paths. And so eventually that kind of came to an end, and it was like, what do I do now? And so I just had to figure it out.
Were you the singer? Were you the singer in Us Versus Them?
I played bass, and I sang like backgrounds and like random, we had parts that I would sing, but I wasn't the main singer.
Cool, man. That first video that you plopped up on here, what is that song called? It's kind of like, describe to us like the style you would put it as.
oh man, hyperpunk. That's what I've been calling it. But it's called 2020 Catastrophe. It's the first song from an EP that I'm in the process of dropping called Equanimity. And it's just like a fusion of like rock and dubstep and I guess like rap in some ways. Just like a lot of stuff that I like. I don't really like putting like a name. It's called hyperpunk.
It's called pop punk techno.
Yeah, some hyper electronic. That's been one of the biggest things, honestly, is kind of like what to call this. So it's like electro punk, punk step, like figuring.
The more I've been doing this podcast and bands I've been talking to and music I've been listening to, there really is a crossbreed of genres that you really can't just say it's this or that. But I still like to ask the band what they think it is because I know what I think it is, and I'm usually not right. So, but
yeah, I don't know. That's one of my favorite things about like right now in music is I feel like genres are just like everyone's blending all kinds of crazy stuff, and so we're hearing things that are just like not really in any boxes, which is really cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Let's play that song. Sam, you want to play that first one? What's the name of the song?
2020 Catastrophe.
You play it. I'm having technical difficulties over here.
Okay.
I'll put it in the bottle.
Yeah.
You said you were peeing in a bottle. Sam pushed it.
I'm a 2020 catastrophe. The whole world lost its faith in me. Maybe I'll find luck in a city. Just a product of my upbringing. You're the whole world in the shit. Barely found the time to look up to see it. I'd say I'm different, but you'd call my bluff. Give me more drugs, it's never enough for us. I need the sex and the drugs. God keep me numb, and what the fuck is love? My time was a nervous spirit. The truth is wrong too, I showed you proof. You could ask anybody. Everything's fine, we're doing alright. It's going down tonight. No one saying sorry. Yeah, we're alright, we're doing fine. Everything's fine on the outside. 2020 catastrophe. The whole world lost its faith in me. Maybe I'll find luck in the city. Just a product of my upbringing. I'm a 2020 catastrophe. Fund me until I can't see. Bring a bottle out the candle. Trying to see what was wrong me. What the world is like to be really free. Let's start we found out.
Yeah, man.
'20 catastrophe. I'm a 2020 catastrophe. The whole world lost its faith in me. Maybe I'll find luck in a city. Just a product of my upbringing. I'm a 2020 catastrophe. I'm a 2020 catastrophe. The whole world lost its faith in me. Maybe I'll find luck in a city. Just a product of my upbringing. 2020
Bro, that was good. It was mellow, but it was also hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was cool, man. Dude, do you ever surprise yourself when you're done with the song and you go back and listen to it and be like, how the fuck did I write that? Like, do you ever do that?
No. I mean,
No. You're more talented than I am because I go back and I'm like, man, that was awesome. Even if it wasn't that cool, I surprised myself.
hell yeah.
But this all comes from your head, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man. So I noticed something that you did, or I don't know, but you probably do it. Do you loop your sounds live when you're playing concerts?
Sometimes yes, but only for specific like looping parts. Like otherwise, it's like different pieces playing at different times, and then the like live parts are live.
So you're just saying you're that talented that you don't amaze yourself with what you write.
Thanks so much.
Is that what you're saying?
I don't know, man. I just am trying to write like the best stuff that I can, and just trying to like push the envelope as far as like I possibly can with everything that is at my disposal. So yeah.
Do you ever,
once a song is over, like don't get me wrong, like I love the songs and they have like serious places in my heart. But once a song is over, then it's on to the next one.
Right. Yeah. You're done writing it. How long does it usually take you to write a song? Because you have all these different elements that go into it.
It really depends. Like some of the songs literally can take shape in an hour, and some of the pop songs can take shape in like 4 months. It's just kind of like, what does it need? And sometimes it just all is there. And then sometimes I just need to sit with it and like see what it calls for.
I like the songs that you write that, like, for me personally, if I was to write a song, it takes an hour to write it. It's like the song almost speaks to you and tells you what it needs to happen. And I think that's what's cool that what you do with adding your electronic sounds to it. Is there like a certain structure you follow, or does it just kind of come into play whenever you need it to come into play?
Definitely depends. Typically I'll write, because the most important thing to me is the lyrics and like the song itself and like what it means and what it's saying. So I'll usually write everything on guitar and then just kind of have like an acoustic version literally. And then from there, just start messing around and just fucking with it.
Does your guitar have, it look like, do you have like different distortions?
Gibson what is that? A Gibson?
So actually,
Maestro?
it's literally right here. So it's a Gibson SG, and it has a kill switch on it, 2 P90s. I really love this thing a lot. But I used a Headrush pedal board. Shout out Headrush, because it's the most amazing piece of guitar equipment I've ever found. And it basically has every amp, every sound, every effect, like everything you could ever need to build your own sounds and rigs and stuff all in it. So I'll just have everything set for what the song needs, and I'm able to just kind of switch back and forth on the fly.
That's cool, man. In Florida, and I'm sure you're very original amongst your peers out there in Florida. When you play concerts, do you just play in Florida, or have you traveled around and played across the United States, things like that?
Yeah, so some of the most like notable ones, I did Imagine Music Festival in Atlanta 2 different years. I did Sunset Music Festival with my boy Wares. Couple of like shows in Tallahassee, shows in Orlando, and then out here did like Whiskey A Go Go like right before it shut down, like literally the week before everything shut down. And then I've done a couple of like just underground like raves and stuff like that. So
I bet you're ready to get back on stage, huh?
Bro, you have no idea. I'm not even just ready to get back on stage. I'm ready to just be in the atmosphere. I miss it more than anything in the whole world.
Did Florida even really shut down all the way, though? Wasn't there still stuff going on in Florida?
Florida gives no fucks. Bro, I love it so much. But I moved here in September of 2019. So like I got like, 5 months or whatever of like time here, and then everything shut down. And then it's been really interesting to see how different places have treated it. But yeah, Florida, like all my friends and like my family lives over there, and they're just like, nothing's even happening here. What do you mean?
That's kind of like, wait, so are you in California now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, dude, 2 totally different worlds.
Oh, yeah.
Florida to California. Yeah, because in Oklahoma, there's still concerts and stuff going on and has been going on. And some of my buddies in California, they're like, what? Your kids are in school? And I'm like, yeah, man. They've been in school.
Everything's just rocking over there.
Did you pick the wrong time to move to Florida? Or California, I mean.
Yeah, I definitely picked the wrong time, that's for sure. But I mean, I'm grateful. A lot of good things have come out of it, and just like take a bad situation and make it work,
Well, Texas is open right back up. Mississippi's opening back up. I'm sure Alabama and Georgia will follow suit. And then, of course, Florida's never shut down. So
luckily, we got word, I believe, that this week we're going to get indoor dining back to some extent. And then by April, we should have like outdoor events and things like that. But it's been interesting to see how people have coped, like, you know, drive-in raves coming up and just like lots of very intuitive ideas on how to deal with it. So
hey, don't forget you're in LA area, so you got NAMM. Hopefully we'll come back this winter, this next winter. So, you know, and you don't have to fly very far.
Yeah, man, once everything opens up here, it's going to be really cool. So I'm excited to experience all of it.
Why did you move to California from Florida? Because like I'm from California and I moved to Oklahoma. And people ask me maybe that's a silly question, but Florida is sick, dude. Like the weather is nicer.
Where in Cali did you live?
The Bay Area.
Tight.
So
Man, like, to be honest, it's just I lived there for so long, and like I lived in Boston for a little bit, and like, man, I don't know how to say it. Just to be honest, man, like it's like going in a time machine. Like things here are just so much faster and culturally crazier, and I just knew that I needed to be just to like be surrounded by like creative people and just kind of like get out and experience things, and just it just seemed like the move at the time. And to be honest, it was. It's one of the best decisions I ever made ever.
Have you been able to, since you've been in California, have you been able to meet other musicians, like-minded people like yourself, and collaborate with them? And do you feel like it's grown your imagination process being out there as an artist?
Yeah, man. Like without a doubt, I've met so many people. Like everybody here is doing, whether it's music or tech startups or like whatever it is, everyone's doing something, which I love. And, you know, to be honest with you, in Florida, there's this thing where it's like, if you want to be a musician and like you want to be a rock star or like whatever, it's like everyone, you can play the big festivals, you can do this and that, but everyone's kind of like, you're going to be a rock star, like cool. But like out here, it's like, literally this is just people's lives. So like there's no element of this like kind of like weird thing. And it really opens your mind like a lot.
Okay, but then I would say this. I would say if you're around all these other people that are doing the same thing, you really don't stand out in front of other people, like other big people, because now you're just like a crowd, where maybe in Florida where there's apparently no creative people. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Was amazing.
There goes half our demographic. Good fucking job. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just saying. You would stand out more with less people that are doing what you're doing.
Yeah, but I mean, my response to that is kind of like, what's really your goal? You know, for me, my goal is obviously I would love to stand out and all that, but really I just want to be happy, like doing music and be around creative collab. I just want to be inspired.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just teasing you. What were you saying?
All right, I just want to officially apologize to the state of Florida. We love you. Don't listen to this jackass over here.
Florida's home forever.
I was kidding. I love Florida. I absolutely love Florida. I've been to Tampa and then St. Pete's Beach, which is freaking awesome. Amazing. I don't know. Yeah, it's like near the Tampa area. I love that area. I like Florida. I got nothing against Florida. I was making a joke.
Bro, you hate on Florida?
Fuck. Yeah, he's fucking hating on Florida. We're gonna send Jacksonville after you. And
Come out.
Like all the trailer trash from Jacksonville's coming right after you.
Whoa. Jacksonville's quick and diverse, bro. Come on.
Yeah, now you're the one. Now they're coming after you.
Either one of you been to Jacksonville? Thank you.
No, I haven't.
Like, and the thing is too, like electronic music is like has absolutely taken over Florida, which is amazing, and it's really sick for what it is.
Tampa and Miami. I still say Orlando and Jacksonville is still rock. Still rock.
It exists more for sure, but it's just at least just my experience, you know.
Yeah. We do want to play your other song real soon. Before I say that, though, I do want to say I know exactly where you're coming from. You want to be around people to help you create that are like-minded. I was teasing you earlier about about not standing out, but really when you're doing what you're doing, you want to be around that same atmosphere. It's good for your creativity. So
Yeah,
what's this next song called?
So the next song is called Battle of the Basilisk. And I want to talk about this a little bit because
Sure.
the EP kind of follows a pattern, and it's kind of like the hero's journey in a way. So it's like 2020 is kind of like a synopsis of like the world and like its hypocrisies and just kind of like what the fuck is going on, especially now. And then Valley of the Vultures is track 2, which basically is where you are in like a very selfish mindset and you're kind of like, I'm just going to take whatever the fuck, like step over whoever, like, I don't care. And just kind of like, where does that get you to the Valley of the Vultures, basically is where that is. The next song is called I Don't Care, which is basically where you have created all these problems and you're just like, I don't care. Like, I just want to vibe out. I don't want to deal with this shit. Like, I'm just trying to fucking, it's literally, I just want to smoke weed with my dog and play rock songs. Like, I don't care. I'm not going to deal with it.
You're over it. Like, you're over it. Screw it. I'm done.
And then Battle of the Basilisk is where like you realize that like if I don't deal with the shit in my life, then like nothing's ever going to fucking change. And like you'll never, get to where you're trying to go. So Battle of the Basilisk is where you decide to take like accountability for like yourself and your life and then just fuck shit up. So it's the Battle of the Basilisk.
Dude, and this song, I did see a little bit of it, not the whole entire thing. This song's awesome, dude. Well, we played it a little before the show. This song is sick. Sam, let me play it because last time you tried to play it, it kind of paused a little bit. So I got this right here.
I got the poison. I didn't choose this. Will I be like this until I'm gone? Come the doctor and come the strength. Maybe I need sex. Maybe I need to think. Accept this reflection out of me this year, man. I'm so shit. Critical condition. I'm on a mission. I'm gonna with the shit. Oil and water. I'm treading water. How do I handle this? Since I was born, I've been taking a battle with the basilisk.
I love that.
Hey.
Nice, man. Dude, are those lights part of your setup?
No, that's a studio here called FS Studios in downtown Los Angeles. Awesome spot.
Super cool. Now, last question before you wrap it up here. I do want to ask, when you're playing the guitar and you're behind, and then you get behind the DJ set, what is it, like the turntables or whatever it's called?
Yeah, CDJ 2000s. Pioneer.
Okay. So is it a different feeling when you're on stage when you get behind those two instruments?
Yes, totally. And that's kind of why, like, different parts have different dynamics and stuff. And it kind of allows to have like different elements of the set. One of the coolest examples of this I've ever seen is the Chainsmokers' Memories Do Not Open tour. Was like they literally had like the decks would come like in and out of the ground, and like they would like be playing acoustic guitar and shit, and then like the decks would come up, and then it's time to fucking rage. And like it allows for so much like crazy dynamic and like different experience and stuff. So yeah, it definitely changes things. But I think that's sick.
I think it allows you as an artist to have more fun on stage and kind of change what you're doing. And that energy probably feeds into the crowd because they're going to get a different vibe from you behind, your turntables and your electronic stuff over here. And then when you're playing guitar, you're going to throw off a different vibe, man. I think that's very talented. I think that's super cool that you're able to do that. I dig your music, man. And let us know, you got any new albums coming out? What's kind of working in your world over there?
So the last track from the EP is going to be coming out at the end of this month. It's called deadinside.irl. And the EP is called Equanimity, and that means calmness of mind through strenuous times. So more than anything, I hope that people kind of like listen to the whole thing and like just get the story and get something out of it, that can help them.
Yeah, man, I think you're a super cool dude. I thank you for coming on last minute on the show, I guess, podcast show, whatever we are, dude. Absolutely, dude. You've been great and had a little bit of fun, and I love that you took it well. So appreciate that. Let everyone know where they can find you if they want to look you up. I know it's Athrs, but it's Athrs. So
yeah. Athrs Music everywhere. So like youtube.com/Athrs Music, Instagram Athrs Music, TikTok Athrs Music, everywhere.
Awesome. Okay. And I would like to thank everybody that listens to The Loud Spot with Sebastian. Always, I want to thank Sam McIntosh for all the hard work he does. You can go check out www.theloudspot.net. Check out our website. We got YouTube videos on there. We got past podcasts on there. We're doing more of a video podcast, but we still are going to upload these to Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all the other distribution places you listen to your podcast. And I think that's all I got. You got anything else, Sam?
Nope. Let's end it.
Goodbye. If you like that video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash that bell. Thanks for listening to The Loud Spot. Peace out. Rock on. Much love.